No need hoping that. Just waiting for people to join the stream.
It's watermelon, not watermelon. It's guess Sook's teammate isn't racing.
Well, we're only 2 away from the 18.
I don't think it is 18, it might be less. I know that there's one driver who might not be here.
A little bit of connection break.
Huh?
I had a bit of a connection issue. So, still live.
Oh, okay. Don't think I've had the notification on FRL yet. Better log into it just in case that guy shows up again.
Well, we are definitely live.
Oh, I've got to do the whole email again, I can't be asked. Yeah, we are live.
Right, okay, right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is FRL F2 this evening, heading to Mexico with 36 laps ahead of us this evening, with short quality as always. This is Michael Worthorn as your commentator tonight, with my co-commentator alongside me, happy as ever, Mr. Charlie. How are you this evening?
Very tired.
Very tired as always. You never really lift a smile anyway coming into these commentator box, but you're here now, so you might as well get on with it. But now we're heading into Mexico, this second race to the final, and the championship can be decided here tonight.
I reckon it will be. I reckon Nitro's going to get it tonight.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see, because we thought he could have had a comfortable podium at least last weekend, but he went all, I don't know what the correct phrase is, messy weekend, let's just say, for football, as he had quite a few spins coming up to the end of that race, probably finishing 8th and 7th by the end of that as well. So still points, but not enough to seal the title. But I believe, and my maths is not particularly great, but I believe the gap is around 35 points. So with Bulow in second, which is his closest rival, so I believe he just needs to keep Bulow on his sights to clinch the title, but we have to wait and see. And we're waiting for the drivers to come out in a nice sunny afternoon in qualifying, as we didn't really do predictions last week for qualifying, so I'm just going to go straight into it. Charlie, who's going to be your top three this evening?
My top three is going to be Casty, Ballboy, and Sam.
Okay, I'm actually going to go for the man who was definitely on form last week, which is Bobby. See if last week was an absolute fluke for him. Followed by Arno and Football.
No, but I didn't really try with my. Neil Sana's on the hards. Oh. It's already crashed. He crashed on the exit of the pit lane.
Probably running no traction then, as a result.
Must be. Well, I don't think he ever was running traction.
Right, there we go. We're finally out on track, and the first guy I see is Sano, like you said, with no front wing. He might improve, you never know, on the very long straight, but maybe in the middle sector, not so much. But yeah, very weird he's out on the hard, I gotta say, because that could easily be their race tyre, which he might just try and get them warm up to get them used a little bit, so he might have better grip when he puts them straight on. So maybe that's clever thinking from him. But either way, he's not going to do well with that front wing. As the cameraman
Yeah,
is like, the cameraman thought he was coming on the racing line. No, he just came straight towards him. But he needs to get out the way for the Alpine behind.
I don't think
AlphaTauri,
Man is
sorry.
aware. I don't think Man is aware that he doesn't have a front wing. Man, he doesn't have a front wing, mate. Go. There we go.
Right, there you go. I think he wanted slipstream. I think that's why he stuck behind him, which is
Maybe.
slipstream's really key around here. But it looks like the first flying lap we're going to see is the Aston Martin driver of Michael Van Dungen, which again his teammate did not turn up, which I don't think he did last week either. I'm
Last
probably
week
mistaken.
they were both here. It's Singapore that he wasn't there.
Singapore. Okay, but I think even with that race weekend, he actually did a very good result. I think he got a podium in that race, so he might get another podium during this one, but we have to wait and see. He's got a nice clean track ahead of him, which he probably would have liked some slipstream going into that as he goes through the first sector with a 28.
9.
Okay, 9. I didn't see that pretty well. I had to quickly look at the top right corner there, but he's done a very okay lap so far. Keep it between the white lines. There's a banker lap for most of these drivers. As Sano is still out with no front wing.
Maybe he's going to help one of his fellow drivers with slipstream.
Well, I am looking at the mini map, and his teammate is out on track, and he is on a flying lap, so I think it's going to be pretty pointless if he is. But here comes Van Dungen to complete his first flying lap of the session, and let's see what the banker lap is going to be. It's going to be an 18.4, which probably put him maybe around P5 at the end, but we have to wait and see. Let's see what Sano does after we have to see this. With no front wing, this is probably the first for FRL. But here we go, a 22.2.
And the fact that he doesn't have a front wing and that's on hards,
That's quite impressive. I'm not gonna lie. That could be the benchmark of no front wing. That's probably with no front wing. That's probably a Formula Ford car driving. Right there. I think good thing he's got that rear in. As Tex Rex's teammate goes fastest of all with a 17.4, a second quicker than Van Dungen. And we're gonna wait for somebody else. Bobby has gone purple in the middle sector. A little bit of wiggle in the stadium section though. Let's see if he keeps on the track, unlike last time. Rubens goes fastest of all, 4/10 quicker, but here comes Bobby. Matches his time, but only 10,000s off, pretty much. As we come see
on the mediums.
Very good lap, but here comes Football, the championship leader who could clinch it this evening. He's down in P10 for now, but here he goes, crossing the line, has his first lap. A 16.6, another 4/10 quicker than Rubens at the minute.
Yeah,
so very good lap.
That's definitely a very good lap. But I'm already 3/10 ahead, and he was given a slipstream to a certain someone. I think that was Jesse actually. So maybe those two are working together since Nitro doesn't have a teammate. If I'm correct, I do believe that these two are good pals. So that could possibly be why. But not only can the F2 championship be decided this weekend, so can the F3 championship. Yuri leading the way by around 20 points, I believe. So he can definitely win it against JB, and JB's form has not been the greatest, but it's not been worse. As Sphinx has a 16.3.
I'm glad you pronounced his name. I would have said something quite different, but yeah, 3/10 quicker. And Football, might give Football a very hard time, but as it's...
Cassie's crashed.
Oh, and P5 as well. That must have been on his in lap.
Yeah, it was in like the left and right corners in sector 2.
Wow, that's really surprising. Unless there was a big traffic, I'm not going to lie, in the first sector with people probably going fast laps also. As Jesse has gone second with a 16.6. Matches Football. Football is down to third now, but now Buelow is now started his lap. We'll see what he can do. As I don't think anyone else is on a flying lap ahead of him, apart from the Mercedes driver of Costa.
Bobby went P. I think did Bobby just go P5? Oh wait, no, he's already done it. Who?
No, he already.
Jesse.
He already did his lap. So did Jesse. As Costa's don't think he's going for a flying lap. He did rev out third gear, going in the middle sector. So I do think
I know that Sen has a quali ban, so that's why he's out. Costoya does not. I'm 4 seconds we did.
Oh, he's on a outlap. No, I can't believe I didn't miss that.
Bulow.
But yeah, Bulow is on a lap. He didn't go faster in the first sector, but let's see if he makes it all in the middle sector. Because first sector is pretty much like a certain Spa circuit. It's either you're fast in the first sector or maybe fast in the second sector. As he has proven his point in the middle sector, he's gone purple of all.
Oh,
It's just against a 5-place grid penalty with his teammate.
Yeah, I saw that they were getting close to each other in sector 3 there, but I'm not sure what was going on there. But in the meantime, Bulow goes P4 behind his championship rival, but that's not good for Jesse because he was P2.
So yeah, so he's at the minute he'll probably be alongside his teammate in P6, P7, which moves Bulow, Rubens and football upper place. As Mano goes third, technically second as it stands on the grid. So yeah, very nice, tasty grid out here. As Michael Van Dongen has gone back out for a flying lap. He's just started his lap. So nice fresh tyres gone for him. As he's gone 2/10 quicker than his previous time. Down in 12th at the minute. And technically I was on board with... There you go. Now he's on board with Evil Zook, who's just about to start his lap, so there's no point watching him at the minute. Sano has invalidated his lap.
Yeah, he was a second up in sector 1 as well, and it was looking good in sector. Yeah, look at that, pretty much 4 seconds up. It was looking like a pretty decent lap by him, but unfortunately he just got caught out in sector 2 there. Van Dongen still on his lap. He's lost time in sector 2 actually. He was 2/10 up in sector 1, only a 10th up now in sector 2, and now he's invalidated.
Yeah, he must have straight line speed, the cornering speed. As I didn't see Costa up to P5 now, so good lap from him. Ahead of Bulow, which is more crucial. Sorry, I'm stuck in my throat there. There's Ed Zaks down in P11. You started a new flying lap as well. But so's Evil Zook in the middle sector. And Sano's just started his lap. So we're going to stick with Evil Zook for now. See where he puts himself on the soft tyres now. His previous time was at 19.0 on the mediums. So we'll see where this puts him, heading towards the stadium section, which all fireworks will be going off at the end of the race for the winner, but who would that be? We will see as he goes towards the line, hugging that inside line to get a better time, and he only goes P9. It's quite close when you look it up grid personally wise.
Yeah, in the midfield it's close.
Oh, Tex Rex has spun on his outlap.
Oh dear. That's at the end of sector 1. How's he spun it there?
Yeah, I'm not too sure on myself unless he got collided with someone or tried to get out of the way. But yeah.
Don't know.
But yeah, that is very questionable how he lost it going into the braking zone. And looks like Van Dongen went for another lap, and he did, but he doesn't improve position. He's done an 18.4.
And Rubens crashed.
Oh yeah, he has, down in P8.
Oh, Nitro! Oh! Keeps out of the barriers at least.
Yeah, I see, and he was on a flying lap as well, so those tyres are gone. Believe he will have another set to his name. As Sano is not on a lap. I see his red light flashing.
Bobby's 5.5 tenths up. This could be pole wear.
Yep, hugs Apex pretty well. Keep the car nice and gentle. Don't lose the back end too much. Open the car as much as you can and hug that inside line to get the better time. And look at that. 16.2. A tenth quicker than the Ferrari, which he is on a flying lap. He's got traffic ahead of him. But he's got invalidated. And I believe that's Bulow just ahead of him, just about to start his flying lap with a clear track, and the car just glitched for a second on the pit straight there. but he managed to get out of the way. He's got a nice clean track ahead of him, empty track, so let's see what he can do in clean air. I don't think he really wants that, since I don't think he's the quickest car in a straight line. So I think he would like his teammate just to be with him, just for this sector. But we'll see what his first sector time is, as we will keep an eye on, I believe it's Sano, who is got invalidation, and obviously Bobby has just completed that. So the next guy will be Bulow.
Yep.
Nice double apex, which is a nice corner when you get that right. You just swing the car around and just get the power on nice and gently, and it's just the sweetest thing. But be careful touching these curbs, as these curbs are really deadly. As he missed the apex massively, compromised his exit down this straight, which that could be very, very costly. Doesn't go fastest at all, and he's gone wide. He doesn't invalidate his lap. He must have just lifted off.
I think he would have backed off there, and he might. I won't be surprised if he boxed this lap to save the time and save the tyres and get a new set. But he's going to keep going with it, so he could be improving still, which he actually does. He went 3 tenths quicker, and he was 2 tenths up in sector 1, lost it all in sector 2. So Bulow could possibly be on for the pole position here, and also try and be ahead of Nitro.
And also, you might have lost all that time in the middle sector, but he was fastest of all in the middle sector. So if he can get that middle sector hooked up, he might be a shot for pole here. As Costa's gone third now with a 16.5. He's really close to pole position as well. So there's a lot of contentions for pole position here.
Dario Mano's currently on a lap, and he's a 10th and a half up, pretty much. So he'd probably be looking at the top 3 here.
We'll see. Once again, keeping it nice and careful. It's pretty much the sector you just want to get right instead of going all full out. And
he done the exact same lap time as Costoya.
Yeah, unfortunately, he only put in P4 because he was the last of both those times. But yeah, you rarely see that in FRL standards, probably in esports standards. But yeah, what a great consistency with these drivers. And pole position and the top 10 are just only covered by a second here. Oh
no! Again.
That's a bit of a whap situation of Bulow's connection, because last time when he had a connection issue like this, I think it was in Singapore. No, tell a lie. I think that was Monza. Yeah, he's back in, but hopefully that hasn't messed up the lobby when we get into the race itself. I've got to make sure I get all the grid this time so people know where. Oh, and Mano's just spun, and I think he went for another lap.
I don't think he would have been. No, he was 7 seconds down in sector 1. He's out of fuel as well, I think. So I doubt he is.
Okay, but I think Edzak is out on a lap, ride the curve at turn 2, and it compromised him now, and he's invalidated his lap in the exit turn 3, which is quite the corner to get invalidated on, quite easy as well, despite pretty much being a simple corner when you just look at it alone. But Jesse now, the only guy in the top 10 who's on a lap, pretty much the only guy in the field. And he's lost the back end, getting on the power, and that lap is gone. He should still get the time in with those tyres, because you basically just did them on a straight with 3 corners.
He's going to try to save the fuel, I reckon, and go again.
Yeah, because obviously it's the last lap for everyone, so I think everyone will be dumping their car out of fuel, as Bulow is back in his car. And he will be the first guy in this pack to start a flying lap. There's yellow flags in sector 2 and 3, which I think...
I think Jesty would technically be the first one, or maybe Edzak, and Edzak's actually the first one to begin the final lap here.
Well, we did see Jesse have that little bit of a moment though in sector 2, so I think he will be one of the last ones to make another lap in. But we're on board with Edzak now, P10. DRS wide open, actually keeps it under control this time in the exit of turn 3. Let's see what his first sector time is. It's 28.8. He's down a tenth on his previous best though, so that's not good for him. Hopefully he can actually. Do we have a mystery guest? Who's this?
I
anyone
don't know who that is.
Can anyone let us know who's watching on the stream? Please leave it down in the comments.
Yeah.
But either way, we're still carrying on. And it's got an invalid lap in the middle sector. That's it for him. Unless he can get some more life out of these tyres, but I don't think he's got the battery to use it, so it's more likely to be P10 for him. Who else is on the lap? I believe it'll be the Aston Martin next, who's also invalid. Ballboy's on a lap, but he's at the back of this train as Costa in P3 has lost it.
Wow. One exact tires. Next one's gonna be Jesse. Yep. Oh my gosh. An Alfa Romeo 1-2, but also the 5th place grid penalty, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, and Bulow. Bulow's got an invalid lap in the second DRS zone.
And he was 2.5 tenths up.
Yeah, obviously you see a spin in the middle sector. I think it was one of the Alpines. No, it was Tex Rex.
No, it's Bobby. He's crashed. Tex Rex just moving out the way for everyone.
Oh yeah, I think he lost it in the middle sector. He lost the back end, which is a problem with most drivers here.
Right.
And I think
Nitro. He's 3.5 tenths up. Could Nitro steal the pole from Bobby and out-qualify his championship rival Bulow? Bulow actually still improved in the end, so he was not invalid.
Well, he did have a red map on my screen, so I don't know if that could be a glitch in mine. But look at Football's on pole, 16-1.
Sphinx goes 5 milliseconds off.
Wow, what a lap! He might have got a little bit of slipstream in the first part of the lap. It's all kicking off. This Mano is invalidating his lap. He's not moving any places at the minute.
Zook, he's 2 tenths off in sector 2. At the moment, he can go into the top 10 with this if he can keep it up.
Yeah, Ballboy is stuck in 14th. He's not going to improve anymore. Let's see what Evil's. He's got traffic on the exit of the last corner. Gets out of the way though. Let's see what this puts him. Only P9 and Van Dungen, who lost his front wing. So that's why he's down in 15th, and that's it. That's qualifying done.
And Costoy and Mano obviously still had the same lap time, but Costoy will be ahead.
Yeah, and don't forget, Jesse's got a 5-place grid penalty, so he'd probably be down. He's in P4, so it'd be P9, I believe. So Bulow does move one position closer to his rival, but at the minute is comfortably in Football's hands as we go into the race, as he starts from pole position. So this is going to be very interesting if he can actually keep his cool. As who else are we waiting for? I think we're just waiting for Mano, and there we go.
Oh God. We may have a restart if this driver doesn't leave.
Well, if he is an unknown driver, how has he got in here?
He is an F2 driver, but he's not supposed to be in here.
Okay, well, I'll just scroll down just in case. But there you go, that's the winner. Remember, Jesse does have a 5-place grid apparently, so he should be in P9 if we do restart. But there we go, we have got your qualifying results right here with Football on pole. The Ferrari driver, Sniff, trying to pronounce his name, as Bobby's in third. I think I can't pronounce names, I'm sorry, but he's the only one I can't pronounce. As Bobby's in third, Jesse in fourth at the minute, Sano in fifth, and Costa in sixth. And I couldn't read the rest of that, so I do apologise, but there's your qualifying results heading into the race.
Right, we're going to have to find out if this Lenge guy is on the grid, otherwise we're going to have to restart the lobby.
I don't know, has he got the settings on? He might have done actually, in case someone did join through quali.
Well, no,
so.
he's an actual F2 driver. He's not allowed to join during qualify though. And I'm just going to check if he is on the grid, and if he is, we'll have a restart, and that is a restart.
Well, is that a confirmed restart?
Yeah, that's confirmed. He's still in the lobby.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm looking on my phone myself. S11 pit lanes in Monaco. Just confirmation that he is a. As the formation is underway, no one is leaving the session yet.
I have no idea, but apparently he's meant to be in the Red Bull. There was no confirmation in the F2 attendance. Right, so it is a restart, so leave the lobby. So that we may need to restart the stream.
Yeah, the host left, and yeah, you've left as well. So yeah, that is it. Good thing I scrolled down for the qualifying results, so it shouldn't be a problem, as now people are leaving, everyone is racing on the formation lap, as someone didn't even get past the first corner, as we can see here. Yeah, unfortunately there will be a restart, so there will be a little bit of a delay as we get going. He should be in the Red Bull, but Class C is on the in the Red Bull, but hey, it's the rules as they have a pile up at the hairpin of the stadium. As I'm looking at the stream on myself, see if there's any comments going on the stream. Please like and subscribe to the channel, which we are trying to reach 1,000, I believe. So people of this league will actually get paid. As I'm looking at the wrong stream here, I'm trying to find the other one. Where's the other one? As I'm waiting for the invite, if you got one.
Jesse's grid penalty could possibly be removed, but we're not 100% sure. Neil Sano said that if he sends the proof, then he will look at it really quickly and will judge it by then.
Yeah, and I think people will still be trying to get in. So if you can quickly send that in, I think is there a possibility of getting it removed. There we go.
Okay, Football so maybe I don't think it is getting removed. I think it's in the rule book.
Okay, well, if that is, he is down in P9. As I've finally got the stream up, and there's only 2 comments from Bunty. Football Nitro for the win. F4 and F2 crazy. Which I don't think there is F4 anymore. I can become a champion, right? Sen. Who is Sen? Shane. Yeah, I think that's football, isn't it? Shane?
Yeah, football is Shane.
Yeah, sorry. So I do apologise, I got your name completely wrong there. I have got dyslexia, so I might pronounce your name very wrong. But yeah, you could potentially win the championship. Just make sure you keep in the black stuff. That's all I can say. More importantly, keep yellow in your sights. But I can't really give you much information because I do want to see a championship fight quite close between you two. Obviously, Sen and surprisingly, Edzex is still with a shot, but I think he needs football to retire and Edzex to win the last 2 races plus fastest lap altogether. So, yeah, surprisingly, I think he's still in for a chance. But yeah, football just needs to keep it on the black stuff till the end, so we just have to wait and see. Just gotta make sure I press spectator. Don't want to go into an F1 commentating. To be screaming down the pit lane. As I did have a little bit of a message. Where did...
It may have just been you being pinged about there being a restart.
No, it was a Scottish fella.
Is it James any chance?
No. Basically, I can't say it on stream, basically. Yeah, I think it was just a nonsense player. Let's just say that.
Is it the driver that joined your own quali?
No. I'm not too sure. I just seen a Scottish badge in the top right corner, but I didn't actually see the name.
Oh.
But yeah, we should have 16 drivers as they are currently here. And Santa, if you're watching, mate, make sure you pick your Alpine. Make sure you got your front wing on your car as well, which I think will help a lot.
I think he's too busy looking at PSGL lineups because apparently he's been chosen in one of them.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can hold that after this evening, because it won't be holded up for you.
Oh boy.
As we see, just
yeah,
make sure you pick your car, mate, because everyone is slowly reading up. As I'm weighing myself, I think if you're not a fan of Tiamat Marduk or Alex Gillen, I think they are restarting their co-op with us in mind. So if you're subscribed to them, please check it out. So I think that's going on right now. I'm just saying random things just so we're waiting. But it looks like we're getting on the way now as the time has now started. You just think the championship contenders have got more pressure on their shoulders now of just having a second wave of the restart. But here we go. 5 seconds now. And just right, we should see Jesse down in P9. Just a reminder. As we have 8 people watching right now, thank you very much. Hope you like the video and subscribe as well. As we hit 9, can we get the magic 10 here in the stream? Have to wait and see where that. Show it to your mum, show it to your dad, sister, brother. Make sure you share it. Get loads of subscribers as we can. As we are now hopefully loading into the grid, and everyone should be where they are on the grid. So everyone from P5 downwards should move up once to P9, which gives Bureau a little bit of a helping hand to move up one position, which I think he's down in P7, I believe. So I think he should move up to P6. As we are still waiting to load in. There we go. Tick ready. As the Highlander colours yeah. I had to read one word and he had to say that. At least we hit the number 10, so thanks James for watching the video. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to I'm not even going to look at him because he's a child basically. As we have the time counting down now. Make sure you all got your setups as well. Make sure you just haven't hit go and forgot your setups, because most people have done that. I think me and Charlie included that. We just readied up without the thing about setups. So, and I think it looks like it's a very dry race as well, so we won't get any rain.
Another thing is that with the restart, drivers actually get an advantage of being able to choose the harder tyre allocations, so now they're going to have basically every tyre that they need in this race.
Could they do that anyway?
Yeah, they can do it. If there's a restart, you can change your tyre allocation.
Yeah, but could they have done that anyways if there wasn't a restart?
Yeah, so like it basically, say that you decide to choose the balance tyre allocation in qualify, and then we end up restarting, you can shoot, because the harder allocation is really the better one to go for. Because obviously on this game you don't really want to use softs that much.
No, of course not.
And then, yeah, so you get a bit of an advantage with that.
Yeah, and as we do see, Jesse down in P9, which is very respectable. Well done for the guys to do that, which is Evil Zoop. But football starts on pole position on the medium tyres though, with the guys behind him on the high. Oh, speaking of guys behind, that's the Ferrari. Yeah, that's the Ferrari. It's just been. Luckily, I don't think you get damage on the formation on that, but that's quite. Pretty much pull out your pants and just keep on moving. That's all I say. You just make sure no one saw that happen. I didn't see that happen. Did you see that happen, people on stream? I didn't see that. He just needs to try and get back in position without being settled about it. I'll take you off stream so you can get there. But yeah, football leads the way with a Ferrari that should be in second, but he's not. With Bobby behind, with Sen now moved up to P4, Costa up to P5, Mano into P6, Bulow, the championship rival, down in P7, as the other championship rival is down in last place in 16th, so he needs everything to go his way if he's still got a chance of the championship coming into the final race. But that's next week. This is this week in Mexico. As what a brilliant camera shot from the Haas driver. I mean, I can't take my eyes off it because it's behind a billboard of the start. All I can see is a front wing and a tyre. But here we go. As the lights go out, as we're on board with Bobby to get a good camera view. And here we go. The longest pit straight on the calendar, unless he's got the better start. It looks like football's got the good one.
Look at Bulow going straight through the field, already up in the 4th.
Yeah, W4 is going to challenge for P2 here already. Look at 5 abreast, nearly 4 abreast.
Oh, look out, 4 wide. Not quite. All bit of contact.
Yep, trying to keep it clean. Let's go on board with someone here.
Bulow's off.
Yep, someone's gone off. Bulow's gone off. But I think he's kept out of trouble as he did. A lot of movement behind, and it's Evil Zook. He's got caught up in turn 1.
Yeah.
So it's fortunate behind this battle for P3 with Bulow and Sen. Not Sen, Sano.
Stays ahead.
Yeah, just about. He is on the hard tyres as well, so he's going to take a little bit of time to get those tyres up to temperature. But he holds it for now. As we do have a little bit of a timing glitch. Luckily, there's only been one spin out, which is quite impressive. In the first corner, which is unfortunately it is Evil Zook. He's got penalised for that, but I don't think he's got any damage. But yeah, football leads the way from the Ferrari, and then Bobby, then Sano, who's putting all the pressure on Bobby at the minute. As Mano is trying. There's a problem beyond. Oh, I think someone hit the wall actually there. Yeah, and it was the Red Bull driver of Rubens.
He doesn't look to have any damage though.
Must have popped up on his screen.
Maybe he was set up.
Maybe. I mean, if he has, then it is totally his fault as he leaves it straight away in frustration. I don't know if he just collided with someone or he just did forget his setup, which it can happen when you have a restart. Your mind just goes AWOL, thinking the setup's already in the car when you haven't even started the session yet.
To be fair, I don't know if there is or not, but I think that there is I don't know if there is, but I think there's a rule where you have to wait for a certain amount of time to allow drivers to get their setups in. There's also that we had this problem in Monza where quite a lot of drivers in the one-shot quali, because obviously it was a sprint weekend, almost half the grid I think forgot their setups, and that led to a restart. Yeah,
I do think it should be a rule, because I don't know if it is
That's Tex-Rex.
Yeah, I did see a car in the background going super wide, and he's also his front wing as well. The Alpine's got a lot of front wings, I believe, to at this race as he locks up Lynn. I think he's moved over. As football leads the way 1.5 seconds now on the medium tyre. Bobby is putting pressure on the Ferrari. He's got Deer. He's not putting pressure yet, unfortunately. But Mano, he is putting pressure on the other Alpine, Osano, who is still got his front wing, by the way. I might throw some front wing jokes with the Alpines. I think it's going to happen as Sen and Ball Boys go side by side. believe Ballboy was defending, but it looks like
Yeah.
Sen is trying to make the move now. DRS
Ballboy
is
has
enabled
battery,
now.
though. Yeah, but technically you're not going to get the DRS obviously for the pretty much first DRS lap. You're only going to get it in one area, and that's in sector 3. Obviously, for some reason in sector 1, there's technically one detection zone for 2 DRS zones, which makes absolutely no sense. So, yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have. Personally, I would have just have it on the one straight, which will be the pit straight, because you could probably just make the move into turn 4 anyway without the DRS detection zone, because it's just pretty much unfair, in my opinion. But that's the way it is. Ascend still puts the pressure on Ballboy, which needs to just try and save a little bit of battery here, because Ballboy might have a bit of a straight line to set up. It's why he is still ahead. Meanwhile, the other McLaren of Cassidy is trying to put pressure on Jesse, who's trying to recover that 5 place grid drop. But it looks like Sen is finally making the move on Ballboy down into turn 1. And he's got the move.
Yeah, Ballboy's also not going to have the DRS either, so that's making it more difficult.
Yeah, it looked like he had. It looked like he had a better exit as well, and this is my point of having 2 DRS zones from 1 detection point. It's just pretty much very unfair, because I think Ballboy would have got him back there, but we have to wait and see if he can hold on, because Edzak, who is also still in the fight, barely, is down in 12th place. So 2 of the 4 championship contenders are out of the points at the minute.
I don't think Edzak's even in contention anymore.
Not as it stands, no, but I think if football retired the last 2 races and Edzak's won, plus fastest lap, yeah, he would still be in, I believe. But
what is he? Is he dead on 52 behind?
I believe so. When I looked at the standings before, I think he was pretty much in range, but he needs everything to fall into place for him. Right now, it's completely the opposite. So he's looking to say goodbye to his championship host. It's Sen, who is a championship contender. He's got the fastest lap in the minute, so that's be an extra point for him. But only in P10, which is
Edzak is actually still in contention, but yeah, he pretty much has to win the last 2 races.
Yeah, and football and pretty much all the other contenders needs to drop out, and with him win the race, of course. So, but yeah, that definitely is going to. Which when I looked at the table, I thought I'm not counting straight, basically. But he's definitely in, which, to be honest, fair play. But football is literally running away with this race, but we have to watch out in the middle sector, especially when the tyres go off. At least the car can snap away from you, so he can't relax 1 minute at all. Especially when we saw what happened last race. I think he's hit the wall in the exit, and yes, he did. Yep, and that is indeed a safety car. 5 laps into this race, so the medium should be still okay, but he's not going to have the performance anymore. Let's see what he does.
Stays out.
Right, he stays out. What about Mano on the mediums? Bobby's in on the hards.
To be fair, he might switch over to those mediums for a bit of extra grip and then goes the hards towards the end of the race. Or
maybe he can stretch this out. Well, it's going to be 30 laps from here, so could he do 15? If he could do 15 laps on the mediums, he could do medium.
I mean, if I managed 15 laps on softs in the last game, I think you can definitely do it on this one.
Yeah, but that is the last game, and you're comparing, like, probably from... Are you on about the mediums on the last game?
Softs.
Yeah, softs are pretty terrible on this one, so I don't think that's going to happen at all. But mediums. I think that's his way of thinking going into this strategy now. So he could be a bit of a dark horse.
Or if he's gone for that harder tire allocation, he might go back to the hards and try stretch those to the end.
We'll see if there will be another safety car. But that could be a very good strategy from Bobby, though. I reckon he will go mediums, but you have to wait and see. But unfortunately, football has lost that big lead. That was over 4 seconds as well, so he had a brilliant race pace, considering the guys behind are on hard tyres. But Yeah, let's see if he's still got that pace advantage in those tyres. He should do. He should shut those out even more now. 2 laps, 3 laps more than his current pit stops. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see with that. As the safety car goes along again, which drivers, you need to be very careful, especially in the last sector, as the safety car does tend to go really, really slow in the middle last sector. I don't know why. And then when it comes to the pit straight, he's literally flooring it. So yeah, he's a weird one, this one, but luckily no one has hit each other just yet. Touch wood. But yeah, football leads the way, but Buelow, who is on the hards, is up into 4th.
Yeah, and obviously he did have that wonderful start for him, which honestly I'm not surprised he got a good start, because he is probably one of the best drivers that I've seen who gets such great starts. Because I remember I think it was last season or the season before in USA, he went from like 16th to 10th, I think, in just the turn.
Oh dear, Mano lost it underneath the safety car.
I think, is that Zach got to give the position back?
No, I don't think he does. He just, because I think he was still, oh he does. So he's lost, he was P3, wasn't he?
5. Yeah, 5 positions he's lost now.
So now, because of that, Buelow is now the 3rd.
Yeah.
And he does have...
I think safety car will also be in this lap with this.
And I think, just a reminder, if Buelow does win, as the safety car comes in, football needs to be on the podium to secure the championship. I believe that is the case, because I believe the gap is 35 points. So he just needs to finish on the podium to clinch the title this evening.
I think he has to be, if Buelow wins, I think Nitro has to either be P3 with the fastest lap or P2, because obviously he'll lose
10 points.
Yeah, so he'll lose 10 points and I'll be down to 25.
So yeah, he needs the fastest lap to do this. Oh, and Buelow's got a great launch on him.
But hang on, that could possibly be illegal, because he might have done it before the white line.
I think he did, but he's using battery though, so...
And there goes Montoya.
Oh, look at this, free wide into turn 1.
No.
He backs up the Mercedes, but Buelow is still there. He did cut the corner though, just to avoid action. There's a McLaren spin. And there's Cassidy. Oh, there's a lot of cars in turn 1. Enzak's gone.
Oh, no.
Cassidy's spun. I think Evil's it caught that as well. There's a lot of people, about 5 cars into turn 1 there. As Bobby and Mano go side by side.
Oh, Mano has damage. He's got front wing damage, and Jesse overtakes Costoya. Not quite though, actually does get it. Buelow, this has blown it for him. He's gone off the track, and I'm sure that that's going to be another warning for him, but he also gets 3-second time penalty.
Well, that's a very big... I didn't even see him go up to P2 as Mano goes... gets a 3-second penalty to his name with that front wing damage, so he's going to compromise his exit, cornering speed at least. That's definitely a front wing James.
Oh, and Sen actually has damage as well.
Oh, was that from that dive bomb from Bobby? There was a lot of commotions into turn 1.
No, Sen had the damage before Bobby even overtook him. I don't know if maybe him and Sadio Mano made contact, and Mano actually tried to overtake him in the pit lane there. Edzak has damage as well, so I don't know if those 3 may have made contact on the opening lap here, but I'm not sure. Sphinx though tries to get past Buelow, but Buelow just about stays there, but Sphinx has already blown that ERS, which can be a huge disadvantage for him.
Well, here comes Bobby though. Bobby's rubbing against Van Dungen here, careful. Yep, keep it clean, guys.
Here's Bobby round the outside, bit of contact. Can he get ahead? He can. Oh wait,
but the switchback is...
Will it work? Bit of touch. He stays ahead.
Yeah, a little bit of argy-bargy between these two, but they kept it okay, and they're still on the black stuff, so good stuff from him. Now. Yeah, everyone's pushing their limit on this restart here. We're not even at 10 laps yet.
Yeah, it is a track though where track limits can be very difficult, and to be honest, probably more difficult than USA in my opinion. But the lead that Nitro now has with all these penalties being awarded has absolutely opened the door for him. But could Bobby maybe be in contention of the win as well here now? Because obviously he's on those fresher mediums. So if he can get within the DRS of Costoya, he could possibly find himself back on the podium there.
Yeah, that's very true. I still think he might go medium here, so I think he could still be in a shot for a win of this race. As out of nowhere, we had all commotions the lap before, and I think it's all settled down apart from pretty much the wooden spoon for 12th and 13th, with Mano on the softs and Sen on the hards. So we might have an easy overtake between Sen and Mano here.
Depends on the straight line speed here. Yeah, he's definitely easy ahead. He's already a car length in front.
Yeah, no overtake available between either of these. DRS is not even open yet. And it was a long time ago since that last lap. Forgot about the DRS actually happening. There was a lot of commotion just in one lap alone. So yeah, it was just an easy move from Sen. I think he's just going to accept to let it go, just to hold out to DRS when it's available. Next lap around, as Casa gets a 3-second time penalty, trying to overtake Texrex, which he is just behind Ballboy. So the McLarens need to work together here to get some good points going on. But right now,
Jesse might be looking to move the Bulo here now.
yeah, no batteries deployed. Now he is, and they're both
Here
on low
Jesse.
battery, but it goes the difference.
The inside, can he get it done? Bulo late braking. That's not going to help him going into the next few corners. Jesse goes with the switchback. Will it work? Sphinx right behind him as well. I think Jesse didn't get a good enough exit to catch up to Bulo. Bobby tries to overtake Costoya. He's got that one done. And Jesse's going to have to stay behind Bulo for another lap here.
Yeah, Bulo did go a little bit wide, deep though in that corner though. I think he's...
And there goes Van Dongen and Ballboy. Ballboy forced off the track a little bit. Can Texrex maybe find himself through here?
Ballboy's still holding around the outside. Look at the traction Texrex get. Does it go around the outside?
Ballboy.
Surely no, he does.
Yeah,
It gets the move done. Granted, they're on different types of tyres, but wow, what a move from Texrex. You don't see overtakes.
Bulo and Jesse now fighting for the position. Jesse stays ahead, if I'm correct.
Yeah, but and Bulo goes wide.
He goes wide again.
He's fighting the car massively. He's not liking these tyres at the minute.
Bit of contact.
Lily hits the wall.
Here comes Bobby.
And they're all pretty much out of battery, all these lot.
Yeah, then there's Football Nitro just chilling up the field, and so is Ballboy actually with his battery. He's still on 68%. But here we go into turn one. Sphinx tries to re-overtake Bobby here.
Oh, and Bulo had a half
spin.
Yeah, he had a half spin as well.
Sphinx gets ahead of Bobby.
And he's lost 2 positions in one corner pretty much. That doesn't help him at all after a brilliant start at this race.
Now, I wonder if Bobby gets ahead of Sphinx, are we going to see a bit of a teammate battle again? Obviously, in qualifying, these two had their instant with each other where Jesse got the grid penalty, so I don't think Jesse's going to make it easy for Bobby here.
Well, it all depends what the incident was, of whose fault it was consistently.
In my opinion, it was Jesse's fault, because Bobby, so they're going into, so they basically go through where they are right now. Bobby was on a lap, I think he was about 2-3 tenths up. Jesse was completely ends way, he didn't know that Bobby was on a lap. Bobby goes to the inside of him, just runs into the side of him, but
ooh, sorry, Van Dongen lost it on the last corner there, going onto the pit straight. So he's definitely got no traction on.
Can you get the position back?
No.
Here comes Ballboy.
Yeah, he actually just dropped it on exit, quite strangely actually.
Sphinx has lost his front wing.
Oh, unless, did he make contact? Went on, Bobby just let him through.
Yeah, safety car. And
Was
this is golden. Who's going to have a position? I think Sphinx might have it. But this is blown it for Nitro again. He had such a big gap. And to be honest, to be fair, you probably would have seen some of the medium runners pit in a few laps time, so this could be golden for Nitro.
Yeah, I think he could definitely do it. Yeah, on medium from hard to the end. I think this is a good safety car for him, to be honest.
This might bring Ball Boy, and this could bring Ball Boy back in the lead.
Oh, hang on. So yeah, when the safety car comes in, then we have 15, 16 laps to go. Bobby's already done that distance already on those mediums, so he can put another set of mediums. And he can. Well, if he's got another set of mediums, he can definitely go to the end. Because remember, he started on hards.
Nitro's in, Jesse's in, Sphinx is in, Bobby stays out.
Oh.
That's surprising. I'm not surprised if Ballboy stays out, and he does. So, Kostoy actually stayed out as well.
So, is there good tyre wear then with the medium compound if he's staying out?
I don't think so, to be honest. If anything, after like, to be honest, the grip on the mediums on this track are not that great. After like 10, 11 laps, you lose complete grip in my opinion, so Bobby might have made a big mistake of staying out here.
Yeah, and obviously the pit lane is quite long, so if there is another safety car, let's say in the dying laps, he probably won't have the gap to have that to hold position. So yeah, it's very interesting if he can actually hold this. Sorry, I've literally just reading this comment on the FRL page from Jesse. Who there is streaming F3, that's all I'm going to say.
That makes no sense. How is Sphinx... Right, so when Sphinx lost his front wing, that's what the cause of the safety car was. But the part that I don't get is that on Bobby's screen, Sphinx was ahead of him. Bobby ran into the back of him, and Sphinx somehow lost his front wing. And Sen has got a penalty under safety car.
Okay, must have... did he go wide? Was it a 3-second penalty? If that was, that will stand. Yeah, so that will stand. But I'm not surprised if that thing can happen between Steph and Bobby, because I remember in another league at the beginning of this game, that actually happened to our friend James, actually, who apparently he crashed with someone on their screen, but James was nowhere near that driver in question, so it could be a glitch that one driver is on a different part of the racetrack from their point of view, which has happened on this game.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a hard one to predict. It depends if someone else has seen it on their POV, which will be very helpful to see. But if it is true, then I don't see it going any further than just a racing incident. If they were on two different parts of the track on their POV.
Where's that session?
Just a disconnected problem, I believe.
Yeah.
He is at the back, and if he doesn't catch up, the safety car will probably stay out another lap, which I don't think it will even help Bobby much, unless he can somehow get to the end, but I don't think he will with 20 laps.
I've just realised Nitro's in a bit of a pickle here. He's got Jesse, Bulow, Sphinx and Van Dongen all on brand new mediums, and he's on hard, so Nitro's in a bit of a tricky situation here, where he's got to try get ahead of Zook, Wallboy, Costa and Bobby as fast as he can and try to pull away. But if I'm being honest, Bobby is looking a bit quick on those mediums, even though they are a few laps old. He's probably depending on one more safety car this race to bring him back in.
Yeah, but I don't think football will be looking for... He's not focused on that race win just yet, I don't think. I think he's just going to focus on where Bulow is, because obviously he is his main championship contender, closest contender as it stands. And he is behind him at the minute, and even if he just gets ahead of him, he will still be comfortably the championship winner of this. I can't get my words out. Basically, he'll be the winner of this league. So he just needs to keep him in sight for now, and I think that's what he's going to just try and focus on.
I mean, if it finishes in this, if they finish in these places, then Nitro's won the championship already.
Yeah, exactly. He just needs to finish ahead of his rival, whatever position. And if Bulo does finish ahead, he just needs to keep him in range. That's if he wins the race, of course. But Bulo's got nothing to lose. We can see probably him getting his elbows out, especially now it's reversal. He's on the mediums and Football is on the hards. And plus he's got 3 seconds to his name as Edzak rejoins from the back of the grid as well, so there won't be any issues with other drivers. But yeah, it's all or nothing for Bulo, and obviously Sen is still with a chance, but he's outside the points, and obviously Edzak's of course, but he's out right at the very back on mediums also.
Saved car in this lap.
But let's go on board with Costa in the Mercedes, see how much good of a restart he does get on those 10 lap old mediums. As oh boy, he technically doesn't really have to pit, I don't think.
Yeah. Costa is the only driver that has to pit. Because he's not pitted yet. He's the only one who hasn't pitted once here this race. Bobby goes early though. That's already built a second gap.
Wow, what an absolute start. 1.5 seconds, nearly. Wow, and he's using his battery to promote that.
Bulo overtook Sphinx way before the white line, so I don't know if he should technically keep that. And Texrex is actually got a time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. And they're almost all bit of touching it. Oh, and oh my goodness. What is going on there? And everything is happening from 7th.
I'm sorry, Texrex. That was a good POV what I've seen there. Should have left room to Cassidy, just squeeze him out of road, and I think you just gave each other damage there.
I think you gave him the position back.
I think that was damage done as he pushes Edzak out of the way now.
I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, I was on board with the action, so just go back a few seconds. But yeah, nearly 2 seconds the gap to Bobby that he's got on Costa. So he's definitely making those tyres work, as I believe Football has now got those tyres up to temperature now.
Yeah, I see what you mean now. That's definitely not on.
Yeah, I think Texrex just took the race on line when Cassidy just was right to go on the outside as Texrex gets another 3 second penalty.
Sphinx and Bulo just had the same situation there. Bulo's going to sneak by on the inside there now. Bulo definitely not wanting to waste time with Sphinx here. And Bobby's actually, believe it or not, even on those old mediums, he's used up a lot of battery, but he's still pulled away quite a bit.
Yeah, the gap is stationary at 1.5 seconds now. I think he's only...
Sphinx and oh, bit of contact, but Bulo saves it.
Jesse goes around the outside of the Ferrari. Good move into turn 2. With no contact though whatsoever. Lovely. And Jesse's still got more battery compared to him as well. So that's brilliant stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, drama coming out nearly halfway through the race now. As Football looks like he's got his tyres up to temperature now, putting the pressure on the Mercedes driver of Evil Zook. But he definitely needs to get to the smooth done if he can. The Mercedes a little bit wiggly though.
Still goes to the outside, he might go for the switchback going into the next corner though. No, he's going to go for it, and Zook
and there's contact!
Bulo's involved in it, he now has damage!
Yeah, he got caught. Yeah, he got caught out by the spinning Mercedes there. I was on board again as... Well, I'm getting all actions here on the stream as the Ferrari...
Oh my goodness.
Wow, I've got
I didn't even want to hear Zook's reaction to that. I know he's going to be screaming.
Well, look back on the stream. I got all the actions there, and wow, it's still going on. The Ferrari is coming close together now. All battling now for P5.
Yeah. Sen's going to try to do it on his teammate. Sen goes wide though. He's definitely going to not gain the spot there. And I think Sphinx just might, not Sphinx, Sen. It was Sphinx who actually ran wide. and Sen will stay ahead of him.
Yeah, I think 8 drivers are fighting for P5 here, down to P12. I'm not sure my numbers are correct. As Mano looks like he pushes Jesse off the track there. He is on the hard tyres compared to Jesse on the medium, so Jesse will be much quicker. As now Bobby's now got the pace now over the field with nearly 2.5 seconds now. Jesse is out of battery though, coming into the middle sector.
Nitro, I'm sure, is going to be patient with Ballboy here, because I'm pretty sure he knows what happened last time when he went on the outside of Zook. Jesse, though, tries to get out of Mano, or is he defending him off?
Well, as we do see a little bit of calmness now, I do want to ask you a question. Did football leave enough room for Evil Zook? Because I was on board with Bulow, and obviously it looked like Evil Zook was actually pushed onto the curb to get a half spin.
So, he was pushed onto the curb, but at the same time, I don't know why Zook would have tried to put up a fight, and I think there's another crash behind, and Jesse and Mano have gone round.
Yeah, Mano has definitely gone round. He's doing a 360.
He has damage.
Down to turn 1 again, and like you say, he's got damage. If he's got another set of mediums to shut those on, or maybe just put on softs and hopefully for a safety car to save those mediums, as we see Ed Sachs as hello Cassidy facing the other way. Hopefully
that much given him rear wing damage. How did it happen there?
I'm guessing maybe Ed Sachs and Cassidy collide a little bit as he loses the back end.
Okay, he definitely has rear wing damage now.
Yeah, I think he already had it going into that, as we've clearly seen on board. So I think that could be game over for him.
To be fair, his tyres are probably boiling as well, but yeah, back to the Nitro and
Bulow's got another 3-second penalty.
I think that's championship over.
I think it is pure frustration now, because obviously, especially with the last incident, it was not his fault. Cassidy has 10-second penalty. I think that is
tiring from the session.
Yeah, you see Trundle's in the pits. Mano comes in the pits as well. Is he coming for a front wing change?
Mano, most likely. Cassidy, yeah, I'm not surprised he retires there because he probably has rear wing damage. But
yeah, I'm guessing he made contact with Ed Sachs on the exit of that hairpin, but I'm not too sure. We have to see if that is confirmation. But yeah, I was about to say, Ed Sachs, who was last place now, he's now up to P8. So he's made it quite comfortably with all the carnage going on. But yeah, I'm very questionable if actually football left left in room. I don't think it will change what will happen after the race if he does get penalised, because Bulow is still making mistakes himself.
Yeah, and at the moment Bulow obviously isn't in the points, but yeah, about the incident though between those two, I don't know why Zook would have tried to put up the fight, because he knows that Nitro is in that battle with Bulow, Sen and Edzak for that championship, and in all fairness, Zook, I think you knew that Nitro was obviously going to be going quicker than you there. Yeah,
but has Evil Zook had what's his average result in this league? I think, was it probably P5, P6 in that area?
No, not even that. It was basically, I guess you could say he kind of done a Cassidy. He either had a good result or a bad result.
Yeah, I just clipped that as well. Jesse has spun, exit of turn 3, did a proper 360, a long way from the apex to be honest. And now he's down to P10. I think he was only in P8, so he's only lost one position of it, I think.
No, Edzak was in 8th, wasn't he?
Sorry, yeah, I think he lost it to Evil Zook, so yeah, I think he only lost one position.
Yeah. Ballboy's holding up a massive train though now.
Yeah, for P4, very good race. And
provisionally P3, because Costoya, we already know he's got a pit soon.
Oh yeah, and Bobby still may have to make another pit stop, so it could be currently P2.
Bobby's in.
Yep.
Bobby's in the pit lane.
I believe it will be another set of mediums.
Yep. So now this puts Ballboy back on the podium for the second week in a row.
Yep, and let's just see where Bobby comes out. He's leaving his pit box now. He might be
Oh, and
behind
there's
Evil Zooks here.
Safety car. Wait, is that a safety car? That's blown it for Bobby. That's absolutely blown it for him. If he just stayed out one more lap, he could have probably been Heat 6 or something.
I mean, he still has the race position anyway. What was the gap? He might actually lose it. Would he lose it to Costa?
I don't even... What was even the cause of the safety car?
I'm not too sure.
I'm checking everyone's cars. This is golden for Sawyer, though.
Yeah, probably...
I think it was Texrax. He's changed his front wing.
Yeah, possibly. But yeah, I think Costa might get the race lead here.
I don't think he'll be in the race lead.
Obviously not.
I have a feeling that Van Dongen and Nitro are going to end up staying out here. Ballboy will definitely pit. If he stays out,
Ballboy will. So it could be Van Dongen for top 3 when everyone makes their stops.
Costa in the pit lane, which is not a surprise.
And Football's in as well. So I think they're all bidding it for the mediums. Yeah, Ballboy's in.
Van Dongen is in. Sphinx is in. Almost runs to the back and he's... Okay, no.
I did see a little bit. Was it the Aston Martin?
Okay, well, that should be removed. Sphinx should be penalised for that. And he's got damage as well, so he's just blown it for Sen here now. What is he even doing? And... Oh my days, Zook has gone sauce. Where's Bobby, though?
You got 10 laps.
Bobby's second. He's still... Wait...
And
Bobby leads, technically. What?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, Edzak... I know Edzak doesn't need a pit, and he's in P1.
How? No. How has this happened? How is Bobby in the lead?
I'm generally not too sure. Technically, Edzak is in the net race lead. Yeah, I know Bobby's got the race and tyre advantage, but still. But I don't know how he made up that time. I felt confident Costa would take that position from Bobby.
Same here. I thought Bobby would have... I didn't even think Bobby was going to be in the top 5.
But as you said a couple of seconds ago, he will do the softs, which technically they should not make it. But if he goes trundly on those tyres, which he doesn't look like he is, the safety car will be out for a minimum 2 laps, which will be 26 laps when we go back to racing. It'll be 10 laps, and with a car which is very light on fuel now, he could make it. He could actually make it to the end. So
he'll make it to the end. The tyres will just be dead, pretty much.
Yeah, and obviously he needs to keep the pressure. He needs to keep his head cool, basically, after that little pile up on the last safety car restart. But it gives Bulow back into P7 now. This has been a crazy race of loads of position changes. I still don't know who's going to come out on top. It's more likely, in my case, probably Bobby. Because obviously the tyre advantage he's got compared to Edzak's. But yeah, what one. But as it stands, Football is still got that one hand on the trophy at the minute with 10 laps to go. But with Ball behind him with no penalties whatsoever, the penalty master himself, last week's race winner, keeping it clean. He might sneak another podium here if Edzak holds his train up. And it looks like Ballboy has actually got very good straight line speed to hold his position. So, yeah.
And he's a master of, obviously, the consistency. Because we rarely see Ballboy with penalties, and he's a master of conserving that battery. So, on the last few laps there, once that DRS is enabled, Ballboy is in the biggest advantage, I reckon.
Yeah, and like I said, would Edzak actually hold up this pack? So, I don't know who's going to literally come out on top. I really don't know. We'll probably have to wait in 5 laps' time.
It's going to be Bobby. If Bobby and Nitro make contact, I reckon Ballboy will win it as long as he keeps cool.
Yeah, we have to wait and see. Do you know what we haven't done? We didn't even do race predictions, I don't think.
We didn't even do quali prediction. Oh my days.
Oh, we did. Oh, and I just realised Arno's not even here. Yeah, but Arno's not here, and he was my second place man. I've been used to seeing him here, and I've just gone cocky pretty much. You can tell I'm tired. Long day at work, so I do apologise. Wow, I know I can't read, but that's a different level. But yeah, moving on. He could be driving the safety car, which he is P1 at the minute, so brilliant stuff from him in the Aston, even though he's a Red Bull. Either way, Edzak leads from Bobby, from Costa, as I think Charlie's dying a little bit.
Yeah, you absolutely killed me, holy.
Hey, you can't blame a special person for trying, okay? We've all had needs and needs? Why am I saying that? Either way,
wake up, Michael.
I can't wake up. It's
8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's in the evening, not the morning.
Doesn't matter. You should be awake by now, not asleep.
Hey, from work you can sleep any time of time after work. I'm not making any sense here. I need to stop. This race needs to stop for me pretty much. Hopefully this is the last safety car of the evening. I think we've still got one more safety car in hand. But hopefully there won't be any more safety cars because we won't have any more pile-ups into turn 1. But yeah, as it stands, football has got the hand on that trophy with Bureau down to 7th with plus 6 seconds of penalties, I believe.
Yeah.
Which it just has it kind of has been at the start, but then it's just turned to the worst in the middle part of the race as the safety car now pulls into the pits with Edzak leading the way, first time in this race.
He was leading last week with Ballboy, bear in mind, don't forget.
Yeah, and also in the last safety car he was literally the last place in this train, so anyone could be on top here. Yeah, he is on 11. Yeah, nice, decent restart from him. Bobby is still keeping touch with him, so is Costa. Dropped a little bit. Football's on the back of him, though. Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness! What on earth?
Whoa, straight line speed from Jesse.
I don't know what's going on with Texrex today, but I think he has a thing with going off the track with other drivers. I don't know who forced off who there, but him and Sadio Mano were literally going off the track on the straight.
Well, I can tell you this, even though he was using Barry, his straight line speed is pretty terrible compared to the guys around him. So he is very dominant in the middle sector, which I think that's why he's been on quite a few incidents this afternoon. But yeah, it looks all nice and tidy.
Mano.
Yeah, I was going to say nice and tidy in the middle sector until Mano spun. Pretty much a week to forget for him.
Well, I'm a bit surprised that Bobby actually didn't manage to get Edzak here. And when people were saying that Bobby was lagging, he is actually lagging. See, lagged me a bit there. Zook gone round again. Nope, just overtaking them.
Well, Edzak still leads the way, but Bobby's in the slipstream and he's got that incredible straight line speed.
Here's things on Bulow, they're side by side.
Yep, synchronised.
Bobby overtakes Edzak, not quite. And Sadio Man of DNS in the pit lane. Ballboy's losing a lot of time.
Yep,
Bobby going for the lead. And he's into the lead now.
Four ways.
Here comes Costoya, and there's a collision.
Nowhere. Oh, and he spins! And he's got damage. Whoa! All 4 of them got collided there.
Oh. That's Costoya's fault though. He braked way too late.
Did he hit the back of Bobby?
He hit the back of Bobby. And then that sent Bobby sideways and then sent basically everyone into it because his car didn't ghost.
Yeah, Edzak was in colliding there. Did Football was involved there? It doesn't look like he's got damage. Edzak's
Dongan on Ballboy maybe.
I don't think Edzak's got damage, but look at the train now.
Look at Bobby and Nitro. Bobby has a moment. Can Ballboy find himself on the podium here soon maybe? And don't be surprised if Edzak gets a puncture at the end of this race.
Or did he have light damage though? That's the thing, because he was pretty much, he couldn't go anywhere when Bobby spun. And I don't know what happened to football.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of straight line speed.
Yeah, but I don't know if football got collided with that as well. There was 4 cars definitely in that for sure. As Ballboy.
Ballboy. This can't end well, but thankfully it does. Van Dongen overtakes him though, but obviously he has the penalties. Ballboy is, I think he's just taking it quite calm here. Oh, what the flying Gippo? What was that send by Sphinx? And now he has to give that back because he overtook Ballboy off the track. He absolutely sent that, and in my opinion, Sphinx has got to give that back. He went off the track and gained a position.
If he does, then he will probably get a penalty if he doesn't get back. I'm guessing he's a reserve as well.
Bobby on Edzak. Can Bobby get it done? He can.
Yeah, good move from him. Edzak's still in third though.
Texrex has gone round. Bulow only in 7th at the moment. At this rate, all he can hope for is Nitro to just have a crash at this rate if he wants to win this championship, which I don't think is going to be happening anytime soon.
Yeah, as football is just running away now. Nearly 2 seconds the gap. Looks like he didn't pick up any damage in that collision there. Probably Edzak might have a little bit of front wing damage, just a little, but he has got old tyres to go with that.
Ooh, little flags, that's Costoya.
Yeah, cut in turn 2. Probably lost back end under braking. And he's got no battery here, and he's got DRS to contend with, so he might have been fighting his teammate. But yeah, not a good day for the Ferrari boys, I have to say, especially with pretty much fighting the whole pack. So Ferrari does need a...
I am really questioning though, who's going to be on the podium?
Well, I think we definitely know who's going to be the top 2 at least, but who's going to take 3rd?
At the moment it would be Edzak, but Sphinx is going to try and make the move on him. Edzak goes off the track a bit, there's a bit of contact. Edzak stays to the inside, gets ahead of him. Sphinx goes to a switchback, but it does not quite work in the end, but Sphinx might be able to get him on straight. But with the amount of battery that Ballboy has, Edzak has a huge moment there, and this could possibly put Ballboy ahead of Sphinx. The Sphinx does not have the DRS, but he does have the DRS, but he's out of battery. Ballboy has the battery to use and the slipstream. Can he get ahead of Sphinx? He's not using the battery to the advantage.
Jesse spun in the stadium section.
Ballboy and Sphinx side by side in turn 1. Ballboy does the switchback. Sphinx cut the track there. I'm sure that will definitely be a warning. Either way, Sphinx will probably end up being penalised again because the overtake off track on Ballboy. Ballboy though is going to have to stay. Is on the podium at the moment.
Yeah, but Sphinx has used a lot of his battery, even with just defending. So Ballboy needs to be patient, and he's definitely got the podium in the bag with 5 laps to go. As Edzak is now falling down to 8th now after all of that commotion. Those tyres are pretty much hurting him now.
Bulow almost lost it in sector 2 there. I'm surprised he didn't, to be honest. What a save though by him. But Sen is all over the back of him. Is Sen maybe going to try to go for the move? No, he'll stay behind them for now.
Well, either way for these 2 drivers, these 2 contenders, has just not had the season to remember. Probably out of the 2, Sen will probably be the happiest, but from Bulow's point of view, it's just a season going to be to forget, and it could be a season to forget and a position to forget, because Sen is now coming up alongside him now.
Yeah, Sen gets out of Bulow, but is Bulow going to late break? No, he will not. Jesse's retired from the session. I do not know if that was on purpose, but the safety car is now back out. This has brought it back open for anyone to win the race.
Yeah, I have to say, Jesse, if you're watching it, you better send your POV of that retire, because that looks like you just went straight into the wall. So if you could send that in, please, that would be very appreciated.
His car, on the map, it did look like his car was put on the racing line. I don't know if he lost traction going into the corner and hit the wall, or if he just straight lined it.
Well, either way, let's see if you can send that in. That'd be appreciated, because that could be a championship decider there, that retirement.
Yeah.
Which we will need to see if it does go the other way, basically. So please send that in as soon as you can.
This is good for Zook though, because he was on those softs, and it's also good for Edzak, because he was probably at risk of getting a puncture. But the bad news for him is that he's going to be double stacking with Bueller most likely. But Nitro stays out, Bobby stays out, Van Dongen is in, Sphinx stays out, Ballboy stays out, Sen stays out, Bueller stays out, Edzak is in, not a surprise there. Zook has stayed. Zook, are you alright? You're on 9-lap-old softs, and I'm not going to question him.
Yeah, I'm surprised that none, especially the bottom half, especially with the guy with penalties, didn't even come in. Because you're going to be, if the field is very close together with 2 laps of racing, you're going to be at the bottom anyway, so you might as well put a fresh set of tyres on and just gain as much as you can on those last 2 laps.
I'm wondering if Bueller is at risk of a puncture, because he's on 14-lap-old mediums.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm surprised he didn't even box, because at this minute he's not winning anything. So you might as well just go bold and just go a different strategy.
I was expecting quite a lot. I was expecting a lot more people to box, to be honest. I'm quite surprised that they didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand if Ballboy doesn't pick, because obviously he's got 3rd anyway. But yeah, I'm surprised the penalties don't even come into the pits. But you never know. You still don't know who's going to make the podium. Even with Van Dongen with his penalty, he still might get a podium. Edzak, he still might get a podium. You just don't know. I can see him getting in the top 5 in this race with 2 laps to go. Who's going to come out on top?
Probably Nitro.
But if Nitro does crash out or makes contact with people, yeah, that will be on Jesse's shoulders, I have to say.
I mean, Bueller, even if Nitro DNS, I don't think Bueller is going to be in the championship, so because he has, if I'm correct, 6 seconds of time penalties, he's going to lose a lot of positions.
Yeah, and I think he needs to get at least 10 points, which will be 5th if football does retire from now. So yeah, he would need 5th if that does happen, but it's not really likely that he will retire at least.
Yeah, he needs minimum top 5 if Nitro is not score any points. If he was P6 with the fastest lap, which is I seriously doubt, then Nitro would win the championship based off of wins, I believe.
So yeah, there's just been another crazy race in FRL F2 this evening.
It's last week all over again.
Yeah, pretty much. You still don't know who's going to come out on top, because Bobby, out of nowhere, won it on the last half of the lap without leading a race at all. So,
I mean, Edzak let him go by though, to be fair.
Yeah, and I think he already had a penalty to his name, but that doesn't mean he didn't deserve it. But he's definitely on a podium as it stands. Don't know if he can challenge for the win though, but we have to see. And here we go with 2 laps of racing to go. Hopefully you've got your tyres up to temperature.
This is a bit bad for Ballboy though, because obviously we know that he saves his battery quite a lot. You're not going to want to save your battery now. It's only 2 laps to go.
Yeah, you might as well pretty much send it the last 2 laps. And obviously Bueller has got those amazing restarts. He's definitely want to challenge Sen, that's for sure, for P5.
Nitro is going to go. Now he's going. Bobby was awake though. So this possibly could put Bobby in the lead if he has enough straight on speed. Nitro is weaving quite a lot there. Quite a lot of the drivers were weaving. But Nitro needs to be wise on where he weaves, because you can't weave too many times. Is Bobby going to send it into turn 1? Yes, he is. Late braking. Bit of contact. Nitro goes off a bit wide. Bobby goes for the switchback. Is it going to work? He definitely cut the corner there. He probably got a warning. But he didn't get a good enough exit. The Ferraris, side by side. Ballboy now down to 6th and possibly 7th. But the Ferraris side by side. And so are the race leaders. Nitro forces Bobby up a little bit. There's contact between the Ferraris. Everything is happening at the moment here. Can Bobby overtake Nitro? And I think he just might have. Nitro is off the track, but they're still going side by side through Sector 2. And Sen gets ahead of Sphinx. Almost loses it, but Bobby off the track. Nitro is ahead for now.
Yeah, incredible start, but it looks like Ballboy's actually lost the most ground out of it. He's getting under pressure now by the Aston Martin Van Dingen. He's had a terrible start.
Sen or Sphinx almost ran into the back of Bobby. Bobby, though, is still all over the Haas, though. He's just had a bit of a moment there. I've just blown it for him now. But the Ferraris are really going for it with each other. But this isn't even for position, because we already know that Sphinx is probably going to get penalised quite a lot. But look at Bulow here now. He's not going to mess around. He knows that he can still have some kind of chance with the championship here. Can Bulow get 2 in 1?
Oh, he's right in the sandwich.
He's in a bit of a squeeze. Can Bulow get it done? He goes off wide. But he looks to have gone it, I think. Not unless the Ferraris can switch back.
Oh!
No!
Yeah, I think Sen tried to do the switch back on his teammate, and Costa was in the inside of him.
Costa went for it, but there was not a gap quite there entirely.
And he retires on track, so that will be investigated after the race, probably be penalised.
I mean, yeah, but I don't actually think... No, yeah, but it's the last lap as well, and he wasn't going to get any points anyway because he lost his front wing.
Yeah, either way, I do think he was squeezed, in my opinion, by the looks of it. But here we go. 1.5 laps to go. Football is leading the way with Bobby putting the pressure on him. The only guys that pretty much haven't got penalties in the top 3.
Yeah. Can Bobby somehow find his way past?
He's going to dive in.
That was not the right call. He's lost ground with that. At least he didn't spin. But Football Nitro is your champion of F2 this season. Well done.
Season 11, F2. Brilliant race. And it makes up for last week. Well done to Football Nitro, the Haas driver. He's your world champion of F2 this season. Wow. And I don't think I've ever heard Charlie talk so much in the dying laps of this race. But yeah, there you go. Sen gets the fastest driver of the day, which I don't think it will be. Speaking of driver of the day, is there even such a thing as a driver of the day?
It's between Ballboy and Football Nitro. Because Ballboy's on the podium for the 2nd week in a row, believe it or not.
Oh yeah. Last time I looked, he was down in 7th or 8th after that poor restart.
All the penalties and all of the battling, blown it for him, blown it for all the other drivers. That allowed him to get up in the P3 after everything.
Well, despite all that, Football managed to stay out of trouble pretty much throughout that race, and he still comes out on top despite the pressure from the Alfa Romeo of Bobby. But here it is. Here's your top 10, your world championship for F2 champion, Football Nitro, followed by Bobby, followed by Ballboy in his 2nd consecutive podium, followed by Sen and Texrex, which is in P5 of all of that.
Are we gonna ignore the fact that Bulow had the fastest lap? And I said he wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm not too sure where that came from, but he only finished P6 for now. Evil's 7th, Ed Sachs P8, Michael Van Den P9, and Steph in the Ferrari in P10. Wow, and obviously Jussie in P12, which needs to be looked at for that retirement, but I think it should be okay, because obviously nothing really happened at the top 2 anyway. But yeah, congratulations to Football. Hopefully he'll be in the interviews this evening. Oh, but what a race!
I will invite the drivers to the party chat.
Yep, indeed.
It was Bobby, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Bobby. It was Football, Bobby, and Ballboy.
Nitro. Oh, no players found. What's the username then?
If you've gone like on recent played with, it should be there.
Ah, yeah, true. Actually, will it count though? Oh yeah, well.
Yeah, it will.
Then there's Bobby. Cannot add. Okay, well I can't add one of the players for some reason. Who was it that I couldn't invite? Oh, it was Nitro that I couldn't invite.
You're not friends with him?
No, I'm not friends with him. But I can't. I went to the plays recently, but I can't invite him. Could you try inviting him?
I can try. If you invite the other two.
Yeah, I've invited the other two.
There you go. So it's much easier with a PS5, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen?
Better be quiet.
There we go. Come from the posh boy who has loads of money. He probably gets £10 an hour just by sitting on his. Oh yeah, definitely karma. Thanks to your butler. But yeah, here we go. Be quiet, you. And here you are. Let's just wait for the other two because I do want to save him for last. Surely, Ball Boy will attend since he was on the podium. He normally turns up, and Bobby as well. So we should have all three on the podium. And there we go. There's one.
There's
just
two.
And there's two. Yeah, there's two. And just waiting for Bobby, which he will be second in the interview. So we will start.
He did say.
We will start with third place, which is last race winner and consistent getting on the podium. It is Ball Boy. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm first at the interviews.
Yep. We'll save the best for last, but yeah, we'll just go from top to bottom for time with you. But yeah, how was your race this evening?
Well, yeah, well, qualifying was, pretty normal for me. About 1 point something seconds off the pace. So, yeah, going into the race, I knew penalties was going to be a major thing. You know, it's better to lose a few tenths a lap rather than just risking penalties. So, yeah, it worked out brilliantly in the end because I finished the race around 7th or 8th, and then I saw I was 3rd. So, but yeah, very thankful that people were crashing as well. That caused all these safety cars because, yeah, you know, if everything went well every race, I'd probably score no points during the whole season. You know, thinking about all the times when there's been faster drivers, but they just keep messing up. So, but yeah, I mean, incredible. Like that's 2 races in a row on the podium.
Yeah, and I think this one you were quite lucky to get, which like you said, with people crashing out and people getting penalties, and plus that with a safety car right at the end there. So, so they did really help you this evening. But it did look like, again, in that last safety car, you lost a lot of ground with the top 5 guys. So you must have been on a seat just to try and hold that P3 at least on penalties. But do you think you had was it just a normal race for you this afternoon, or was there a short of a podium? Because you are pretty much the king of not getting penalties at the minute.
Well, it only crossed my mind of getting a podium. Yeah, during the last lap or so, really, or before then. So that final safety car, because yeah, I just saw a load of people get penalties, and I just knew there was going to be chaos. And you know, going into that second to last lap, as you said, yeah, I lost a lot of positions, but I don't get the point of me fighting for all these positions when I know if I just, you know, sit behind them effectively, that's the worst case scenario I needed to do, which is actually the best case scenario is just to let them through, and that's what I did because you know you lose so many seconds, there's just a risk of having a crash. So yeah, instead I didn't let them through intentionally or anything, but you know, they wanted to force their way through, you know, braking late and whatever, and yeah, I just didn't want to get into it, and that's got me a podium. Incredible.
Yeah, I mean, really, really well done. Probably one of the fights, one of the guys to fight for podiums in general. So it was literally all or nothing for most drivers. But I'll move on to Charlie since he probably doesn't have anything to say, but we'll find out. Charlie, have you got anything to say?
You are wrong because you forgot one question. How are you feeling going into Abu Dhabi, which is the final race of the season, obviously, next week?
That's why I didn't ask that.
Um, Abu Dhabi. Well, wait, did we race there last season or not? I don't think we did.
No, we did not.
So, and wait, would that be the first like race
I
we've done
believe
on
so,
the new
yeah.
track?
Yeah.
So that would be interesting. I can't wait for that. So, yeah.
So
Looking at the last couple of races, yeah. I mean, I don't expect to get a podium or anything, but if the race is anything like this, then why not?
So, are you going? I'm guessing most drivers going into next week. Will this be just a tester race for you of what will be to come the next season?
No, I wouldn't say so, because I guess people have moved tiers and everything, and although it's the same game, yeah, this tier is it's just too chaotic really to predict. You know, you can be the fastest driver, you know, be a second quicker than everybody else, but then out comes the safety car because someone's crashed or something, and yeah, you could finish outside the points. So, but yeah, we'll see how the race goes.
Yeah, we will see, definitely. Well, congratulations on your another podium, third place, and hopefully you will repeat that next week and continue on and on and on throughout the next season as well.
Thank you very much, and thank you guys for the stream and commentary again.
No worries. Right, off to P2 now, who nearly clinched the win there in the dying laps, and that is Bobby in the Alfa Romeo. Are you there? Right, I have to say, well done for your race finish, despite what happened last week, and I don't think you wanted to mention last week, but I'm pretty sure it's a big step up from last week into this week. How are you feeling? Yeah, might do because we did see that on stream, so there will be question marks there. But so yeah, it could be a win in the cards sphere, but we just have to wait and see. But yeah, how are you feeling for just the majority of the season has gone? Because it seems like you seem like you have improved the last few races driving wise. So it is looking promising for you going into the next season. It looks like. Do you think you've got a good shot for next season? Well, that's very good to hear because obviously you have been a criticisms, especially at the beginning of this game, and you have improved massively throughout this season, and especially the last two races. You've just been on another level, especially on this race, which has been all carnage. You've rarely been into any instances race, so you must be pretty happy overall just to keep it clean from your side of the garage. Yeah, well, we'll just have to wait and see because I think there was a bit of a lag spike between both of you POVs, but which can happen on this game. But yeah, but now going into Abu Dhabi, the last race, as we have said, it's the new track we're going to on this track on this game. So same question to you: would it be like a tester race for you to see what is to come in the new season? Yes, in the finish in the season, fighting hard and fair, which we all like to see. And you've well done for your P2. Charlie, you got anything to say?
You stole my question.
And there you go. You're gonna ask that question again to Nitro, I'm guessing.
No.
Okay. But either way, Well done for your P2, Bobby, and hopefully you can take that into next week, possibly fighting for the win again also. No worries. Right, talking now to Nitro. Are you there?
Yes.
Well, our world champion of F2, congratulations. The first thing I have to say is, how are you feeling?
I feel amazing.
Right, one answer. It's like listening to Kimi Räikkönen. Brilliant.
I don't know what to say, to be honest. Yeah.
Well, what was your mindset going into this race? Because you did have a very terrible one, which we really saw you do from last week. What did you do differently from last week to this week?
Just drive very carefully and not push too hard and not try anything stupid and just keep it on the track.
Yeah, I'm guessing, did you have the stream up when you were racing to find out where would you need to be? So
Yeah.
you were very aware of where you needed to finish if it did go Bulow's way. So were you just focused on where he was mainly, or were you focused on the race win in hand?
Mainly focused on where he was. Didn't really care about the race win. I just wanted to become champion.
Yeah, that was a good mindset of going in, and obviously he did have a fantastic start of this race, but then he did get collisions with a few people here and there, which pretty much confirmed your position in the championship, which obviously you're over the moon by, because it could have gone either way, even with Ed Sachs, who still had a chance right at the end there. But yeah, congratulations on your win despite getting pressured from Bobby. Even if you do get penalised, it will still be a championship victory for you.
True. Bobby did a bit of ridiculous dive bombs at the end, but I can live with it.
Yeah, I think that was expected in the last few dying laps, but you still kept it in the right direction. Yeah. But yeah, what an absolute drive from you. And going into next week in Abu Dhabi, what's your mindset for that? Are you just going to be just driving for fun, testing new setups, or what's your mind going into next week's?
Yeah, just driving for fun, I think, because nothing really to win anymore.
You still want to finish fighting strong, don't you?
So, yeah, I want to finish strong.
Well, obviously we heard Bobby is going to be fighting strong, so hopefully you can give him round 2 of the fight you carried from Mexico into Abu Dhabi. Char, have you got anything to say?
If you asked him the Abu Dhabi question...
Yes, I did.
Then no.
I just literally asked you, are you going to ask that question again? And you said no.
I thought you were going to say to Bobby.
No, to Nitro. But either way, there's nothing really I've got to say, really, until just say you're world champion of F2. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you will be more likely be going into F1. Have you already got a mindset of what you're going to do in F1, or is there a target? What's your head at right now heading into the next season?
I don't know. We haven't thought about it.
Yeah, it is too soon to ask that, but yeah, just enjoy the moment, mate, and enjoy the last race, because you know you're going to be definitely fighting hard in F1 as the reigning champion of F2, so a lot of pressure's on your shoulders. But right now and next week, just go and have fun and enjoy yourself. Congratulations, Football Nitro. You are the World Championship of F2.
Yes, thank you.
Right, and that's it from me. That's it from Charlie. That's it from F2. We have got one more week of racing coming up in Abu Dhabi, as we talked about, in F2 and F3 on Monday night at 7 p.m. next week. Obviously, we still got Mexico tomorrow with F1 with Grumpy Charlie alongside racing in the Aston Martin. So give him thumbs up for that, and we will see what happens tomorrow night in F1.
I want to say one thing. If I were you lot next week, probably watch F3, because you've got a 3-way battle in the championship next week. Scar now leads the way because he won just now in Mexico.
Great. I was just doing an outro very nicely there, and you just completely ruined it. Wow. But yeah, all right, everyone in the comments, give Charlie a thumbs down for it. Just just interrupting me there. How rude of him. He gets his butler big slap.
Oh,
I was
for
going to say
God.
something wrong, but either way, F1 tomorrow night, Monday night, 7 p.m. Go check that out, Mexico Grand Prix, and we will see you next week for F2 and also F3 in Abu Dhabi. So from me, goodbye. From the world champion in F2 Football Nitro, that's it for the season, and that's good night from me, and good night from Grumpy Man himself, Charlie. Would be nice if I actually stopped the stream. There you go.